Hi, it's Sunday, January 9th. This is about my 5th attempt to record this blog, or vlog, because I keep having sound issues, the phone's ringing, things are happening around the apartment. It's just bizarre. And I'm really going to have to do something about a different camera, because trying to record this on my MacBook is proving to be a total pain in the ass. So anyway, it's Sunday, January 9th, as I said before. We're on the verge of Snowpocalypse 2011, which is what the weathermen are calling it. The grocery stores are out of milk, bread, and beer, I suppose, which is what happens every time they say it's going to snow in Atlanta, because we're crazy here and don't know what to do when it snows. And you know, it could be anywhere from an inch to 7 or 8 inches, or it could be ice. It could be anything. No one actually knows. The weathermen don't really know. So I guess we'll find out Monday morning what we're dealing with here. I was going to make this vlog yesterday, but then got caught up in all the coverage of what was happening in Arizona with the shooting of Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords and her aides and constituents who were there for the event. My thoughts are with Gabrielle Giffords' family and all those injured and to those who died. And I hope that once we're beyond this initial tragedy, that we will begin again having a serious debate about gun control in this country. Personally, I believe people should be allowed to own guns. My father owns guns. My grandfathers own guns. But I believe there should be a limit to how many guns you can own. There should definitely be a more stringent background check, because the alleged shooter of Congresswoman Giffords and the other people in Arizona yesterday, despite having prior run-ins with the police, was able to go into a gun store in Arizona and buy a Glock, which he then used to shoot Congresswoman Giffords and the other people. Personally, I think if you've got anything beyond a traffic ticket, you probably shouldn't be allowed to own a gun. If you have any history of mental illness, assault, threats, violence of any kind, you should not be allowed to own a gun in this country. It should just not be allowed. Because it's obvious that, you know, as a society, you know, there are many of us who don't know how to handle guns and don't know where to channel our rage, our violence, our mental instabilities. We have a whole host of issues that kind of come back to guns. I hope that once we get past the gun debate and we're moving on from that we're going to talk about the rhetoric that's going around in Washington, D.C. on the left and the right. You know, the condemnation of people, of encouraging, you know, take them out, you know, like Sarah Palin's really misguided map on her website, which conveniently disappeared yesterday after the shooting, that had gun sight crosshairs over the congressional districts, including Congresswoman Giffords. It's ridiculous and improper and stupid. And so I think that there needs to be a real discussion about ratcheting back the rhetoric and the inciting of paranoia and fear and violence in this country, which is what many of the shock jock DJs do, and what the pundits on TV do, and the columnists, and you know, it's just beyond the pale now. Some of the things that you hear in the course of what is supposed to be, you know, the governing of our country. So yeah, I think, you know, guns, the rhetoric. There's going to have to be a real wake-up call in Washington. I hope this is it. I'm sorry that it had to be the shooting of someone to get to that wake-up call, but I hope that that's what's going to happen. And on a more personal note, Apparently this week, Verizon is going to announce that they're getting the iPhone at last, because I am admittedly one of those Mac, Apple fanboy types. And I've been using this little crappy phone from AT&T for the last couple years. And I'm sorry, AT&T, but your coverage sucks in Atlanta. And I have wanted an iPhone since they came out, but I refuse to get one on AT&T because there's such terrible cell coverage here. So I am hoping that in the next month or so, I will be using my new shiny iPhone on Verizon. So that's really all for this week. I hope to be making one of these vlogs every weekend, and I hope you have a great week. And hopefully I will be back next weekend if I survive Snowpocalypse 2011. Bye, everybody.